In this video, we are going to cover how to add media and edit the media that is on your Driftscape POIs. This can be added to your places, events, as well as your tour overviews and your tour stops. The process is the same for all of these. However, we're just going to focus on a place for this video. In order to add media to your POI, you need to navigate to that POI in the Driftscape CMS. So you click on the organization that contains the POI, and then you select the POI name. Once you are inside of the POI, there is a top bar here that says Edit Media. Simply click that and you'll be able to see all of the media items that are added to this POI so far. Inside of this menu, you can drag and drop your items in order to order them. This will reorder the media items inside of the POI's gallery. Along with that, you can also delete these image or video items. Simply select all of the ones you want to delete, and then click delete at the very bottom. This will delete anything that you've selected and only leave the medium items that you have unselected. This cannot be undone, so make sure you only delete media items that you want removed. In order to add a new media item, you simply click this menu item at the top here. You can add 3 types of media to your Driftscape POI. You can add an audio, an image, or a video. We'll start with an audio. So if we're adding an audio, we can choose our file. You have to add an MP3, an AAC, or an OGA. The most common is an MP3. So I'm going to select my MP3 and click open. You'll know that Driftscape has selected the correct audio if you see the title for it right here beside choose file. You can add a media number if you would like. If you don't, this Driftscape will automatically populate a media item number for you. You can also add a caption to describe this media item if you would like. This will appear directly underneath the image, video, or audio that you are adding. Lastly, visible in gallery, when you're adding an audio, image, or video, this will make it immediately available to all users. Generally, you want to keep yes selected for almost all of your media items. We will get to a couple of use cases where you select no in a little bit. You can also select the languages that this media item is present in or is displaying. So if you're adding audio, you typically want to identify what language the audio is in. Then we click Add. You will then see your Driftscape media item inside of this gallery. You can see we've added our audio right here. You can preview it and we can still rearrange it. Let's go ahead and add a video next. To add a video, we're going to select Add a Media Item, and we're going to select Video. The same thing applies for the media number and caption. You can add these if you'd like. They would appear directly underneath the video for the caption. The media number just helps keep the gallery in the correct order. With this, you have to add a video link. We recommend hosting your videos on YouTube, so we're going to go ahead and just grab this YouTube video, copy the link, and add it to the video link. You can then select the languages that this video is in. We're going to select English, and again you can choose whether this is visible in the gallery or not. Again, we will get to why you would not show this media item in the gallery in a little bit in this video. For this purpose, we're going to allow this item to be visible inside the gallery, and we'll click Add. Lastly, we will add an image. You can see that our video has been added, our audio has been added, and we have a current image. In order to add an image, we follow the exact same steps as we've previously. We're going to select Add a Media Item. We're going to select Image instead of audio or video. And then we'll choose our file. And I'm going to add just a little city landscape. You will know that Driftscape's found it when you see the image title directly beside the Choose File. Here is a couple other options where Driftscape can scale and crop the image to display properly inside of the application. If you want to show the exact image exactly how it is, you can choose Don't Scale or Crop. This will show exactly what the image looks like inside of Driftscape. However, it does not typically display well inside the application or the web app. We really recommend keeping it on the default of Smart Scale and Crop. This will allow Driftscape to work its magic and make sure that that image is showing up properly inside of both the web app and the mobile application. Again, you get the visible in gallery. We're going to remain as yes for now. And you can choose the language if you wish, if there's text inside of that image. Then we'll click Add. As you can see, we now have all three of our media items added to the Driftscape POI. You can reorder these as you'd like, delete them, or select this edit icon to change the image or the caption. Now, let's look at the inline images that we can also add. Remember I talked about how we can have an image or video be visible inside of the gallery? Well, let's take a peek at that. So I'm going to go ahead and add a media item. We're going to add an image, choose our file, and we'll add the same image just for demonstration purposes. But this time, we're going to choose to not have this image visible in gallery. Then we'll go ahead and click Add. You will see that the image is here. However, there is an X in this icon which is visible. This means that users can't, by default, see this image. What does this look like? Well, let's click on CPOI, and you'll be able to see 1, the video, 2 images, and that's it. We don't see that 4th image or 3rd image that we've added. Instead, what we're going to do with that image is add it into the body of the POI, where all of our text is. In order to do that, we're going to select Edit POI, and we're going to go down to where we want to add this image. So let's say we want to add it right below this hyperlink, see our website. We're going to select this button here, and this allows us to insert or edit a photo. So we're going to use one of the feature photos, and we're going to choose the image number that we want to display inside of this application. Now, typically we would have added a caption here so that we can understand which image is which. However, because I know which one we added, we're using this image. You can choose the image size if you'd like, or just set it as a default, and you can choose to align it left, right, or center. The float left and float right add a tab beside the left or right margins. We're going to align this center and select OK. And you can see that it adds this image in right here. Now we'll go down to the bottom of the page, select Update, and you will see that this is now inside of the text. This could have been added up here, here, anywhere inside of the body of the POI. The feature, or the reason for this feature, is you can hide images from this gallery and instead only display them inside the body of the POI. This adds a lot more functionality when you're trying to display and show things, and lets you keep very few or just specific images inside the main gallery.